Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Fireman Born, and I'm a United States sailor. So, just wanted to put this video out to talk about all the things that I didn't get to know about when I was joining the Navy. All the things that goes on in boot camp, some of the things in A school, and just try to help whoever out is joining, whoever's in debt waiting to ship out and stuff. Try to give you guys a little insight. Let me give you a little history about myself. So I originally shipped out of Brooklyn, New York. I spent about 6 months in debt. I did that program. Then after that, I shipped out February 7th and I graduated March 1st. So not that long ago. So one of the first things about boot camp that they don't tell you is like anyone, like you guys, I know me when I was going to boot camp, I kind of watched like a bunch of boot camp videos to see like what it would be like, what people are going to do and all that type of stuff. And they give you like a little insight. And it's like, so that first day when you go, like you're going to ship out, you're going to stay at the hotel, and then you fly out, you go to MEPS, and that whole process in that MEPS is like, takes forever. So long, like, it's so long. And then you go to MEPS, you do all the medical stuff. After you do all the medical stuff, you get your ticket, you get in the little vans, and they drive you to the airport. You find your gate, whatever, you check in and everything. You got like about an hour, 2 hours, however time, whatever. Then you get on the flight. You get on the flight, you get to O'Hare Airport. Then you get to O'Hare Airport, and you gotta like find your way to the USO. It's hard to describe it because O'Hare is big, but like the signs are there, so it's pretty easy to find it. And then you're with other people, so you gotta help each other out. And then when you go to O'Hare, that's my roommate. When you go to O'Hare, you go to USO, they give you a little briefing and stuff, and then you gotta go downstairs and you go meet up with these petty officers. And when you go meet up with the petty officers, they have like all the recruits sitting on the floor just waiting for the bus to come. And you gotta be like perfectly quiet. Like you walk up and you gotta do the whole setting attention, and you say, senior recruit born, reporting, and then they gonna ask you your name, everything, and then they gonna tell you sit down, check in. You sit down there, you gotta be quiet, like quiet. You can't be on your phone, you can't do none of that, you just gotta sit there quietly. So you sit there quietly, you wait for this bus. The bus finally comes, then you get on the bus. And then once you get on the bus, it's like, that's when it kind of starts to get real when you get on the bus. So you get on the bus and you sit down, and you're on the bus, you still can't be on your phone, you can't really do nothing, you can't talk on the bus. A petty officer is gonna get on the bus to you, he's gonna give you a little briefing. Then it's like those old coach buses, so then they got like a little big, well, the little big. They got those little TV screens that's hang from the ceiling of the bus, and it's playing like this old video. And the video comes on, and it was the CEO. I don't even remember who it was. So like, I don't remember who was in the video. But then my last, I don't remember who was in the video. Like, you guys are gonna hear me use like a few like Navy terminologies. If you don't understand it, I'll explain what it is. But it's like, you're gonna learn all that new stuff when you go to boot camp. So you get on the bus starts driving. It's like about a 45-minute drive. It's like you get on the highway, and like all that time you're sitting there, like you start thinking about everything you learned in depth. Think about everything you learned in the depth program. Think about everything your recruiters told you, or the other petty officers at your depth station told you. And then you start to get to the base. So you pass like these few gates by the base, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you go through your gate that you're going through, and then it pulls up to the building, right? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say what the building name is, but you pull up to the building. When you pull up to the building, that's when you're like, oh, alright, it's real. So then pull up to the building, the door opens, and the petty officer is like, all right, everyone fall out. Females first, males last, da da da. And then you get up, and you're walking out. Like, as soon as you step off the bus, they're like, move it, faster, faster, faster. Move with a purpose, move, female, move, recruit. So then you go in, and then there's like a bunch of flags on the floor. Like, all these flags, there's signal flags. You're gonna learn them. You gotta learn those flags. So you go on the flag, and they're like, don't step on the flag, And then you're like two columns. Right side of the P-way, we call the hallway the P-way. Right side of the P-way, left side of the P-way. They're like, look down. So then you go and you're standing there and you're looking down like this. They're like, look down. So then everyone falls in. And you stand there quiet. You're like, oh snap, what's going on here? So then they start introducing themselves. Good morning, I'm Petty Officer, blah, 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 blah. Welcome to Recruit Training Command. You have blah. And then like they go through this whole little thing. And then they're gonna tell you like deep blouse down to your last shirt. And then they give you a set of instructions. And like, if you start messing up, they get all up in your face. Like, that's not what I told you to do. That's not what you're supposed to do, recruit. Blah, 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 blah. Like, that's when it starts to get real. That's like the cliche stuff that everybody sees, everybody yelling and all that stuff. Like, that part really happens like that, right? Like, it happens bad. Like, this, like, I watched like the All Hands magazine documentary. Don't get me wrong, it's a great documentary. Like, I love it. I've seen it so many times. But they're so nice in that documentary, and like in real life, they're not that nice. Like, I give it up to All Hands for making RTC look so good. Like, that, like, when you go, oh my god. Anyway, so then like you get to make that phone call. That's that first phone call. You get to make the phone call. You got like 2-3 minutes to make the phone call. Literally, like, you get on the phone, you dial whoever you're dialing, and like for me, it was like I called my girlfriend. I didn't even call my mom. Like, I called my girlfriend. I was like, hey babe, I made it safe. I love you. I'll talk to you in 3 weeks. And that was it. Like, that was the end of the conversation. And then like I had a guy that was standing next to me, and like they make everyone make a phone call. I had a guy that was standing next to me, and he didn't have anyone to call. So like when he was just standing there, the petty officer came in, he was like, why aren't you making a call, recruit? He was like, I have no one to call. He was like, the petty officer was like, I don't want to hear that. Call somebody. Get on the phone, get somebody's phone, dial a number, and whoever picks up, you talk to them. Dial some number. So like the guy literally, I gave him my phone. Like, he literally grabbed the phone and just like was dialing a number. I don't know what number he dialed. He was just dialing a number, and then he just told somebody that he was here, and then he hung up. And then after that, like, it's like you're so like, you're nervous and scared at the same time, because like they got you standing still, you can't talk, no looking around, like you gotta look straight, like you're staring at the person's head in front of you. And then like you start going through processing, and it's called P days. P days is processing days. So you go through P days, and like that's when you get your PTUs, like that yellow shirt that you've seen pictures of. You get those. You get the shorts. You get the sneakers, which we call Go Fasters. They're not called sneakers. You got the sneakers, and then like you go through all, like, it's so long. Like, you're at first. After that, you get there that first night, well, morning technically, you're up for about 48 hours. Like, people have said that before, and you're like, nah, not really. You are up for 48 hours straight. And it gets worse. Like, so you get there, you do that, and you go shoe size and all that stuff. Like, all that stuff you saw in All Hands, you really do it. But it's not as nice as it looks in there. Like, it's a lot rougher. Like, it's real rough. And then, like, after that, you gotta do dental. You go through dental. They give you chow, like, they give you breakfast and stuff to eat. And then you gotta go to dental. When you go to dental, you gotta sit there. So, like, imagine you're up for 4 hours straight, and then you just gotta sit there like this for hours and do nothing. Just sit and wait until your name is called. You just sit. You can't, like, nod your head and fall asleep. You can't lean on anybody. You can't close your eyes. You just gotta sit there for hours. Like, P days is the hardest part of boot camp, because you're now breaking your civilian cycle, and you're breaking like what you're used to. You're breaking those little habits of, like, when I'm tired, I'm gonna lean on my face. Like, you can't do none of that. Like, they get on you. So then after that, after P days, like you get your ship and you get your rack made, and like when you get to your ship, so we call our buildings ships. So when you first go, you go into the first ship, and you stay there for the week. After processing, then you march from one part of the base to the entire other side of the base. There's like two bases. It's one base and it's two parts, and you march from one side to the other side. And like we got these big green duffel bags. They're called sea bags. And like everything that you get issued, all your uniforms, your boots, everything, it goes in there. And you have a backpack, a black backpack. It goes in there, and like all that stuff gets issued, and it's heavy. Like, I mean, by the end of boot camp, it's not heavy because you get used to it. But that first night, you're like, damn, this is heavy, right? So then you walk, you gotta march. And that first march is so horrible because no one knows how to march. Like, you think you know how to march, because like I used to watch marching videos and cadences and all stuff, and I'm like, all right, I know how to march. I'll be in the house like marching, and you think you know how to march, but then you don't realize how much marching depends on the people in front of you. The people, like the guy in front of you, if he marches bad, it messes up everybody else. So it's like, oh, hold on, let me plug this in. I don't want it to die. Oh shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the guy in front of you, he messes up, the guy or girl, excuse me, if he messes up, then it's like, you know. Oh, and that's another thing I didn't touch. So when you in P days, you get assigned a division. And like they have the integrated division, and then which is like male and female, and then they have the all male divisions. So I was in the all male division. Huya division 127, right? Okay, they're not calling me. Yeah. So I was in the all male division, so it's just straight guys. So a lot of madness, a lot of testosterone up in there. Anyway, so after that, you march to your ship. When you get to your ship, you go into your ship and you go into your compartment. When you walk in, they got like this room. They call it the fishbowl. It's just like an office with glass windows around it. Like you can see right through it, hence the fishbowl. And then in the compartment is just bunk beds. All you see is bunk beds everywhere. Like they're in order. They're like neatly, like in rows, one side and the other side. If you watch All Hands, you'll see it's in there. But so those are your bunk beds. That's your compartment, and you get a rack. You get a rack and all that stuff. And then like that first night of sleep is so weird because you're like, damn. Like you're so tired, but then at the same time, it's like you're so anxious for what's coming. It's like for some people it's hard to sleep. For some people, like I knocked out. Like I love my sleep, so I was like, nah, I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. My head hurt. Like my body hurt. I was like, why did I do this? Like you start thinking yourself, like, what did I get myself into for real? So, so that first night when you go there, you get to take a shower. We call it hygiene. You get to hygiene. That is the most awkward shower you will ever take. So they have a big shower, big bathroom. We call the bathroom the head. You have a big bathroom. You go in there. There's like a line of sinks, a line of mirrors, and you go around the depending on how it is, you go around the back, and it's like big shower. When you go in the shower, it's like, you ever seen like those prison movies where they got like the column in the middle and then the shower heads coming out around in a circle? That's exactly how it is. There's like two of those. So you go in, turn on the water, and everybody comes in. And like, for me, I grew up in the islands, I grew up in the Caribbean, so like, I have a huge family, so I've used to like, when I was little, having to shower my cousins and stuff like that when I was small, like, but never as a grown man, never as an adult. So it's like, when you go in there and like, these are people you don't know. These are guys you don't know. Oh, Yeah, so with the integrated divisions, the girls sleep in their own compartment and then the guys sleep in their own compartment, just to clarify that. Anyway, back to the showers. So when you go shower, everyone comes in there, and then the first one is so awkward because everyone is all quiet. Like, you go in and everybody's like you don't want to look at anybody. You don't want anybody to look at you. You don't want anybody to think you're looking at them. So it's just quiet, and you're just like. But then after a while, the camaraderie gets there, and it becomes normal. You get used to it because that's what you gotta do every day. You gotta shower like that every day. So after a while, and then you're in there having conversations. So then that's that part. You're gonna march every single day. Everywhere you go, you have to march. You march everywhere. You march. So you're going to learn how to march well. I will say this: if you're not good with like rhythms and stuff like that, practice. Before you even leave for boot camp, practice. Like, count to 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and step. Keep that step going. And always start on your left foot. So 1 is left, 2 is right, 3 is left, 4 is right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like, you just practice that. Practice that. And then when you get there, you'll learn how to do that. So I know a lot of recruiters, they tell you when you go get a job, it'll help you, it'll make you top of your division, and it'll get you advanced and all that stuff. Yes and no. So I'll explain that because I had to do all that stuff too. So when I got there, I got a job. Actually, I had 2 jobs. My first job, I got fired. I was head PO, or bathroom PO. So PO is petty officer, but when you're a recruit, that's what the jobs are called. So you're head PO. That means you're in charge of the head. You're in charge of making sure it's clean, making sure it's tidy, and all that stuff. So I was head PO, and then I got my wisdom tooth pulled out, both of them, and then I was SIQ. SIQ means sick in quarters. So when you SIQ, you get a little slip. It's kind of like a doctor's note. It's called a chit. You get that, and you're like, you have to lay in your bed. So that's the doctor's order. So you lay in your bed, you can't do nothing. Only time you get up is when you're leaving for chow to go eat, and then you gotta go back in your bed. You can't participate in anything else. So I was SIQ, and then I got fired. So I was mad. So I got fired because I was SIQ. But that's the way the military works. Everyone is replaceable. So if you're not there to do your job, someone else will do it. So after I came out from SIQ, it was already a head PO. So then I became athletic PO, which is APO. So every day, like, our daily schedule would be like, you'll wake up in the morning. It's called Reveille. You get up, let's say like 5:45, 6 o'clock. You get up, petty officers are busting the door. Wake up, turn the lights on. Wake up. Get out your rack. You have 15 minutes to shave and brush your teeth. So you don't shower in the morning because you showered the night before, like the evening before you go to bed. When you get up in the morning, you have 15 minutes to brush your teeth and shave. For a lot of people, they didn't have facial hair, so it was easy for them. They brush their teeth, wash their face, they're done. Like me now, I had like a full beard. Like I had everything. I'm gonna put like my Instagram and stuff down there. You guys can follow me, see old pictures, all that good stuff. But like, I had a full beard, so it's like that first shave. I had to like pull it and like shave everything and like get down here. It was horrible. So every morning you get up, you gotta shave. Every morning you have to shave. And then so you gotta shave, and then you brush your teeth, and then you have to get in uniform. So you don't start wearing these yet. You got a little while before you wear these. I take that back, lay my last. After you move, you do get to wear these. After you move, you do get to wear these. It feels like a long time because that first week for P days, but once you get out of P days, you get to wear these. And then, sorry, I was getting text messages, so I'm reading it. Once you do that, you get uniform inspection. It's called PI, which is personal inspection. So you have to stand, like, we all stand in front of our racks, and there's like, the floor is tiled. So there's, you know, like how there's lines in the tile, we call it the toe line. So everyone's toe, like if this is the toe line, your toe must be there, just like that. And everyone's toe must be synchronized on the toe line. So when you get a toe line, they check your uniform. You don't wear these yet. We only get to wear these once you become a sailor. After you graduate, after battle stations, which I cannot talk about, so don't even ask anybody. After battle stations, you get to wear these. But so you get uniform inspection. They teach you how to make sure the uniform is good. All these buttons got to be closed. How to make sure it's good. You don't get to wear these yet until after either. It's just gonna be blank. You have blousing straps, which are like, I don't have any. So I don't know if you guys, these are blousing straps. They're like real stretchy, but you put them over your boot, around your boot, and like you tuck your pants under them. So that keeps your pants folded under. And there's a certain way to do that. They teach you how to fold your shirts, how to fold your skivvies, which are underwears or tidy-whities. They teach you how to roll your socks, teach you how to fold your pants, how to fold uniform. I will say this, when it comes to that stuff, pay very close attention because it's very easy to mess it up. But like if you pay attention and you do follow the steps step by step, you get it. And like the better you can follow instructions, the happier your petty officers will be and the easier it will be for you. Not easier in the sense where you're like, you won't have to do the things other people do, but they won't be bothering you as much. So that happens. What else? Shoot, there's like so much that goes on. Yeah, you have the marching, you have different drills, which we do. Then there's PT. PT is fun. PT's divisional working out. Like, that was my job. I was APO, excuse me. I was APO, athletic petty officer. So we would go there, everyone would line up in their yellow PT shirt, blue shorts, you have your socks and your go fasters, and then like you will exercise. So jumping jacks, push-ups, planks, more push-ups, arm circles, like this, and like this, and like this. Yeah, it was hilarious. And then there's the part that no one tells you about when you get beat. So when you get beat, it's like if you mess up on something, or like the division does something we're not supposed to do, or like pretty much we don't follow instructions, we get beat. So now beat is not they don't put hands on you. It's not a physical beating, but it's physical workout. So the beat is you gotta do push-ups, or you gotta do 10 counts, or you gotta do air chairs. So 10 counts are these things where it's like you go in push-up position, and you gotta, from push-up position, you bring your knees to your left arm, like to your left elbow, bring it back, your right elbow, bring it back, go down, go up. But you do it in increments of 10. So you start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you stand up. So it's like, those are 10 counts. So it sounds easy, like you might start doing them at home, but imagine doing like 30 of those with full uniform on, boots and all. Not easy. Then you got air chairs, which is, you act like you're sitting in a chair, and you gotta be 90 degrees. Your legs start burning, your calves start burning, your back starts to hurt. It gets real. You got the push-ups. Obviously, everybody knows push-ups. Jumping jacks, all that. So expect to get beat. You will get beat. The hardest part about boot camp is adapting to other people's habits and their mistakes, because a lot of times you get beat not because of what you do, but because of what somebody else did. So you might not mess up, but someone else messes up and the whole team pays for it. It's one team, one fight. That's what you get taught. That's what's instilled in you, you know? So it's like, we're a team, we're brotherhood. We're supposed to help each other out. So if I see you messing up, I'm supposed to correct you before the petty officer sees it. That way it's correct, right? What else? Yeah, you get beat. Swimming. Oh Lord, swimming. Swimming was fun, but shoot, it took me like 5 tries before I passed swimming. You know, I thought I could swim. I went there, I'm like, oh, I could swim. But there's like a certain way you got to do it. Like if you know how to swim and you're doing freestyle, make sure you do it the proper way. Like you're bringing your arm completely over, following through. Your head's supposed to be down in the water. You come up for a breath, go back down. If you say you know how to freestyle, they'll give you a chance to do it. If you can't do it, they'll tell you no. And then they're going to teach you how to swim on your back. So you lay on your back, keep your hips up, neck straight. You look straight forward and you go. You do one of these. And like flutter your feet. Oh, probably went all out of focus. But, and yeah. Then you have that whole notorious jump off of the 10-foot thing that everybody knows. That's fun. It sounds scary. It's really fun. Like the first time you go up there, it's a little intimidating because when you're down there, it doesn't look too high. And then when you get up there, you're like, oh, shoot, it's 10 feet. Damn. Like I've never jumped off of 10 feet before. So when I went up there, I was scared. I was like, yo, you're going to go up there, climb up, bro, and they're going to tell you cross your arms. You have to go up there on the ledge like this. You're gonna come, they're gonna say edge, you come and like you stand at the edge, you put your toes over the edge, and like they don't push you, but what happens is like people don't step off far enough and they like might hit their head on the back. So when you step, they push you forward. So they don't push you off the ledge, but when you step, it makes sure you're guided forward. So then you step off and you go. It feels like a push though, I'm not gonna lie. It feels like a push, but it's a safety thing, so I understand. So they push you and then you go and you fall. Just like, make sure you stay in this position. You're gonna fall straight down, boom. And when you fall straight down, just bring your head up and kick. And you're gonna come pop right back up. Pop right back up. If you know how to swim, once you pop up, start swimming. If you know how to do the back, go on your back. If you don't, they're gonna pull you out the pool and then you're gonna do swimming classes. And that sucks because every day you gotta leave your ship and march over to the pool. It's a long walk. March over to the pool and go to swim. What else? What haven't I talked about? People always brag about the food at boot camp, how it's like great. The food is okay. It's not horrible, but depending on where you come from, depending on which part of the country you're from, depending on your background, your culture, that'll depict if the food is really good or not. I come from a West Indian background, so I'm used to like that good home cooked food, rice and peas, oxtail, curry chicken, all that good stuff. Like, you know, so my taste in food, my taste buds were different. So when I got there, I was like, this food is not working it. Like, but there's not much I can do. It's either suck it up and eat it, or don't eat it and be hungry and then struggle all boot camp because you don't have no energy and then you're gonna get sick and all that good stuff. So no. That's that. What else? Study material. So there's some things that you gotta learn in boot camp that are like real crucial for you to learn. You got like, so you got the Sailor's Creed, which you should learn in depth. You have the general orders, which you should learn in depth as well. Then you're gonna get a training guide. When you get a training guide, you're gonna have to learn your chain of command. That's the chain of command for RTC. So it goes from like the president all the way down to your last RDC. And like that's very crucial to learn. That's not something I can teach you guys because for every, like when you go to your ship, your RDCs are gonna be different. I can teach you some of it, but like we're not gonna do that in this video. This video is already long enough. But I don't even know if I'm allowed to. Should check into that before I get in trouble. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. What else? What else? So if you know of like the jobs that you want in boot camp when you go, like there's like RPOC, AROC, there's Yeomans, there's MA, head PO, laundry PO, athletic PO, what else? Trash PO. Yeah, like any of that stuff. When you get there, like that first, like after that first day, you're gonna have like a whole division meeting with your petty officer and stuff. Come forward, like step up. Be like, I want to be AROC or I want to be RPOC. They're gonna give you a chance to prove yourself to do it, and do a good job. Because if you suck, then they're gonna make fun of you, and that's not the first impression you want to give. What else? So after that, the time seems like, when you sit down and you think about it, you're like, damn, 2 months, like 8 weeks, like what? Like I gotta be away from my family for 8 weeks. It goes by slow and it goes by fast at the same time. So there's a certain part of boot camp where it goes really slow because you're not doing much, and then when you start really training, that's when it goes by fast. That's when your days go by faster and you don't realize, like, oh, it's the end of the week already. Oh, it's Friday already. Oh, it's Sunday already, right? And like Saturday and Sundays, you have like, Saturdays you still do stuff. Sundays we have like something called holiday routine where you get to like chill. And it's not the chill where you just sit down and do whatever you want, but you're not really doing any training. You stay in your compartment. Most people shine their shoes. Most people write letters. Most people clean their racks. They fold their clothes, all that stuff. So there's like minimal stuff you can do, but it's like a pretty chill day. Like that's the day where you don't really work out too much. What would I say? Make friends in there. Make sure you make friends, because these are the guys and girls that you're going to be around for 7 to 8 weeks. And then after, when you guys go to A school, some of you guys will be together in A school. Some of you guys will see each other in the fleet. So like that camaraderie and that trust, you build it. You help each other out. And for those people that get into those leadership positions, do not let it go to your head. I've seen it. We've had guys that's like, they were in the beginning of boot camp, they were real cool, real chill, real friendly, and then like they got into these positions and then they just became power hungry. Like they're like, oh, they start to speak to you any type of way and like that kind of stuff. And because like they were given those positions by the petty officers, they have that leadership. So you have to respect them. But it takes away from the camaraderie and the respect that you have for them as a person. So that really affects like that, that I don't want to say friendship, because it's a professional relationship that you guys have. So that really affects that. At the end of the day, you have to get over it though. You just get over it and move on, because that's temporary. After boot camp, it doesn't matter if they were MA, it doesn't matter if they were RPOC. Like you'll know that they were, but in A school we're all sailors, we're all shipmates. You know what I'm saying? So don't let that get to your head if you get that position. What else? There are some fun times in boot camp. There's times where like you guys joke around and you laugh. Depending on your RDCs, like some RDCs are really strict. That's what they call RDCs. Some RDCs are really strict and like they're gonna work you out hard. They're gonna beat you all the time. So your boot camp experience might be a lot harder than someone else's. And then some RDCs are really chill. And like they're gonna work you, they're gonna train you, but then like you guys chill a lot. Like they're real relaxed and cool, and they joke around a lot, they make it a lot easier. So it's neither here or there. Like, it's a gamble. You give or take, you take what you get. Let's see. I will say when you come closer to the end of your time in boot camp, when you come closer to graduations, they do lighten up. They do make more jokes, even the rougher ones. They lighten up and they act a little different with you. You still have to respect them. Aye, petty officer, aye, chief, all that good stuff. And it's like, But it doesn't become easier. You get better. That's the saying we say. Like, boot camp doesn't become easier. I just got better, and it's true because they don't change what they do, but you become better at what they want you to do. So, and then as you go through, there's always new recruits coming in. So like the newer recruits, the P-Day recruits, they're gonna start looking up to you, like, because now you guys are seniors. It's like high school. You were freshmen, juniors, seniors. So now you're seniors. So now the new guys are looking at you like, oh man, I want to be there. Like the new guys that are in their PT gear that has to wear their sweats and their blue, their yellow PT shirts. They're like, oh man, I want to wear the camels. They look so cool. Like they're gonna start looking up to you guys. So don't let that get to your head either. What else? I don't know. There's so many things that I said I would talk about. Like now that I'm here, it's just so much that went on. There's so much to talk about. When it comes to graduation, you're gonna practice. You got drill practice, which is like the marching. You get inspections on that. You get compartment inspections. Like compartment inspections, they come in like FQA. That's the police of the boot camp. They come in and they like check your compartment. So you got like certain hits that you have to cover, certain things that you got to make sure is on point. That's why everybody has those jobs like APO and head PO, laundry PO, all that stuff. Those are one of the best jobs, by the way. Laundry PO, head PO. Try to get a job because you're destined to get advanced if you do a good job. Like I was APO and I got advanced from E1 to E2. So it's like, and for you, you're like, oh well. Nah, it makes a difference. What else? Yeah. Oh, mail. So I was writing family and loved ones, when I was in there. The mail sucks, kind of sucks. Yeah, you write and then send out the letters. I ended up in boot camp in the winter, so we had like a polar vortex and like snowstorms. So like there was a time where like we got no mail. No mail was coming in or out. It sucked. It was horrible. So I didn't hear from my family for a little while. You do get phone calls periodically. I think it's like every 3 weeks. You get like 3 phone calls total. So you get that first one. No, that first one don't count. That when you arrive. You get one after that. You get a second one, like 3 weeks after that. And then your last one is after battle stations, where you call and say like, I'm a sailor. That's like that's that proud phone call. You just, yeah, I made it. I did it. I'm a sailor, mama. So that's like the best phone call ever. Like you feel so relieved. You're like, yes. Anyway, one thing I definitely didn't know about boot camp is standing watch. So standing watch is like security guard. So you have to stand watch of your compartment. There's certain parts of the ship where you stand watch, like quarterdeck watch and all that stuff. And you just gotta get used to that. It's like 2 hours or 4 hours. You gotta get used to it. Same thing with A school. I'm in A school now. So when you graduate, and then you graduate, after graduation, you see your family, blah, blah. If you're shipping out, like if you're not shipping out, if you are leaving RTC the next day, like if your A school is in like Pensacola or like Mississippi or somewhere like that, then like you go back to your ship and then you leave and go with your family. If your A school is here, which is right here in Great Lakes, you go back to your ship, get all your stuff, and then you go to quarterdeck, and then you gotta wait for the bus. So then the bus comes, and then you get on the bus, and then once you get on the bus brings you over here, and then you gotta check in over here. They give you a room and all that good stuff. It's mad cool. Like when you first come on the bus, it's scary because like it's not scary, it's just weird. Because you get on the bus, you're sitting there, you're crammed on the bus with like your big sea bag, and you got like this other bag that has like your peanut butters, which is the brown, the khaki shirt and the black pants, and like your pea coat and stuff like that. And then you have your backpack. So you're on the school bus. It's a school bus. So you're sitting there and you're like, right? So you get here and you see like all these other sailors, like they're wearing their end-ofs, and they're like, yeah, the bus is here. Whoa. They're all excited. So you're looking like, what? What's going on? So then the bus stops, people start getting off the bus, and they start taking people's bags. So like your first initial reaction was like, why they take, what? Why are you taking my bag? Where you going? Why are you taking my bag? Like you start thinking like, is this a test? Like what's going on here? You get so used to being tested at boot camp, you think everything is a test. Like you come and you're like, nah, this is a test. This is way too easy. This is way too easy. So when you get off the bus, they take your bag and you get like a big round of applause. Everybody's happy, like, yeah, congratulations, welcome shipmate, welcome aboard, welcome aboard. So you gotta get used to being called shipmate, not recruit. Then you meet the staff here. When you get here, depending on what your rate is, you get a certain ship. So you meet the staff here, and then it goes from there, and then you start classes and all that stuff. That's a whole nother video. But that's pretty much boot camp. Like, it's a great experience. It's fun. You learn so much about yourself. You come out a whole different person. You push yourself both mentally and physically, and at the end of the day, you get proud. You're like, I'm proud that I made it because I didn't think I could do this, and I didn't think I could push myself that far. And like when you think you're gonna give up, So I'm sure there's some things I missed. I'm gonna do another video, a shorter one, kind of like on each section, like final PFAs and all that kind of stuff, so I can break it down. But no, I don't know if you guys like this video. I'm gonna put my Instagram at the bottom. You guys can follow me. I'm also on TikTok. You guys can follow me there too. Hope you guys liked it. Hope I gave some helpful information. If there's anything else you want to know, put it in the comments. Let me know. Try my best to get back to you as much as you can. I just started school. Like I start my new class tomorrow, so whenever I can, I'll definitely make these videos and reply to you guys. Yep. Take care, guys.